They can hear us.
Hello,
What's up, Capital?
family? How are you guys? We hope that you are doing well. What week are we in?
I don't know. 38, week 38, week 142 of quarantine. Welcome back, everybody.
I think next week we need to come in with like old white hair, long beards. We need to age. We need to age ourselves.
I already
feels
have
like
a white beard.
a long time. So, anything new with you during quarantine? I just spit really bad.
I don't know. No, I feel
No,
good.
tell them what you've been doing.
I've been working out
Yes.
3 times now. 3 workouts.
3 whole times.
But
3 whole times.
as 3, 4, 3. So I set out to work out 3 times. I've worked out 3 times.
That's good. I
I'm
got
feeling
my hair cut yesterday by Brittany Skeggs. So
We got new awesome toothbrushes. That's
we
pretty
did.
exciting.
Shout out to
Shout out to
Vanessa
Vanessa.
Haven. It was one of those things that we're just kind of like, do we really want to spend that kind of money on a toothbrush? Yeah, you do.
It's
You
worth
really
it.
do.
It feels
You-
worth it.
You feel like you go to the dentist every single time you brush your teeth. Like it's pretty phenomenal. You need to have a sound effect that's like "Diddling." It's like when I smile, you have a "Diddling." Do it. No.
That's all I got.
That's all you got. That's all you got. What's up in our comment section? We got Kyle, Megan,
I know.
Destiny,
This
Stella.
is crazy. I can actually see people. Wait, I want to highlight this comment.
What's it say?
Oh, look at that.
Oh, you can
I can
highlight.
add comments and pictures to the live stream as I so wish. I'm so happy right now. Guys, I got more toys. I've got new toys. I'm clapping.
What other sound effects you got? What's that one?
There we go.
All right,
Music
let's leave.
stop.
Bye.
Bye.
We. All right, so tell us in the comment section below what has been something that you're doing in quarantine that you're actually loving. So, I finally got a haircut. Like I said, Matt's back is getting swole.
Just my back. That's all I'm doing.
Just his back. Just
World's
his back.
strongest
So
back.
tell us in the
That's my
comment
goal.
what's new with you. I got this for Mother's Day. Shout out to all the mothers out there. Your moms.
Shout out to all the high school moms.
Yeah.
We love you.
Yeah. Next week, you guys will all be done with school, which is so sad.
That's crazy. A week from right now.
A week from right now.
Wait, are now
from
all of
tonight.
them are all of these popping up on the broadcast? Or
I
just
don't
I don't know.
I'm not sure. So
Better take
we
that
did
down,
hear
just in
that
case.
one school is like done. I think I forget the name of the school. I don't remember. But yeah, we heard that one of the high schools is actually all the way done. It was Mario. That's right. Nick's. I think that was Nick. I can't remember. You guys. We've talked to so many people, but they're saying that their high school student is officially done. So you guys are almost finished. Destiny said that she has been drawing and painting. That's awesome.
I've heard a lot of people doing that. Taking up art.
You need to post it on social media and tag us so we can show your
For
work
real,
of
we'll
art.
show off your art.
You never know. You might get famous. You know. Diana said she's been grading all the homework. We got a school teacher. I'm so sorry. You're almost finished, Diana. Who else we have?
Look at this. Josh Mercado says
Hall
that Hall County
is officially
done.
That's crazy. That's so crazy. Who else? Anybody else? Sella has been singing. Shout out to her if you have not watched the video that we posted of her. That was Monday. Today's Wednesday. Yes, on Monday.
It was awesome.
That was posted. So go onto our Instagram account. Make sure you watch our beautiful Sella. She came with an awesome word and with her awesome voice, and that was incredible. So yes, her voice causing drama in Sims 4. Yeah, way to go, Shannon. Probably a lot of people playing video games. That's what my kids have been doing.
Yes.
A lot more drawing. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. I want to see Kyle Peterman's back get swole as well.
That's not what he meant.
You meant your back is getting like
No.
swollen, right?
He meant here, let me re-highlight this
What
and
do you-
tell me what the other 99.9%.
Oh, I thought you said your back was gonna be swole.
Nope. Matt's gonna come back swole.
I saw Matt's back is swole. I think it should just be your back. Just your back.
This is
Just
going
your
down.
back is gonna become swole. Kyle has been running lately. That is awesome. How far are you running, Kyle?
It takes a while. We're on delay, remember?
Yeah, no, I know that.
We talk. It goes up to the interwebs. She's like staring like you can
No, just
respond
I'm
right
just
away.
saying, just saying. So we have Pastor Jeremy, who should be giving us a phone call here shortly. We're gonna play the 60-second questions with him, and we're gonna see if he can beat Trey Battle tonight. I don't know if he can. Do you remember how many Trey got last time?
I don't.
It was 11.
It was 11.
It was 11.
Okay. Over under at 11. How many guys put in the comments if you think Jeremy's gonna beat 11 questions?
Jeremy's really competitive, so
Super competitive.
I think you might be able to do it.
I think so.
You might be able to do it. Shakira said that she has been using the Peloton app, which has been she got me kind of hooked onto it. So it was at least free.
Oh.
Here we go. Everybody dance.
I wonder if you guys can hear that like we can hear
I don't
that.
know.
Let
Jeremy.
me get back here.
What's up, guys?
Hold on. That's fixing.
There we go. Look at that. Technology working. And you
It is
can
working.
and you can see us, right?
Yes, I can
Last
see
week
you
we had
too.
the
I can
computer
s-
off to the side, so all they saw was like my forehead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we look like we're looking above you, don't we, Jeremy? Or is it like we're looking
Yeah.
right
If you look at the
Both.
screen, it looks like you're
Both.
looking up
Because
there. So
those are Jeremy's eyes. This is YouTube's
Right,
eyes. Hello,
yeah.
YouTube's eyes.
We're looking up above you, Jeremy. So
it's okay.
let's
I'm
see.
gonna look around you guys. 'Cause I'm gonna make sure I'm in the window. Am I in the window? Am I look?
You're in
I
the
look
window.
center.
You are
Yep.
perfectly centered. Perfectly
you.
centered.
Guys, we're learning
job.
all kinds of new technology. These are like overlays. Should I peel back the curtain? Here, I'll do this.
Peel back
Only
the
for you
curtain.
guys. So this is what it. Wait, will it do it? It won't. Oh, I
Please
locked
don't
it.
break it.
I
Don't
locked
break
it.
anything.
I unlocked it. I locked it. I think I locked the whole thing. There
Just
we go.
keep it locked.
There we go. So this is what it looks like without the overlays. And I'm learning all kinds of stuff about open source broadcast overlays and all sorts of things. So there. Now, don't you feel so much better seeing splats of yellow on top of our faces?
Don't you, Jeremy?
Absolutely.
So, Jeremy, we played a game. Were you? Oh, wait. Jeremy was leading prayer last Wednesday, so
He
he
was.
didn't get to be on here with us. So we played a game with Marvin and with Trey. You had to answer as many questions as possible within 60 seconds.
Okay.
And I told you earlier that Trey did win, but Marvin got 10, Trey got 11. So are you willing to take a
feel like-
stab at it?
But I feel like Marvin's internet kind of got the win
Yeah.
for like psyching Marvin out because it wasn't all Marvin. I
wasn't all
blame
Marvin.
Marvin's internet.
I do too. But here's the thing also with Marvin. Marvin, if you're watching, when I asked you a question, it was almost like you wanted to dialogue more about the reason why you chose that. So it's just straight. You just tell us what the answer is.
Direct quote from Trey Battle.
What did he say?
Bring it on, son.
Bring it on, son. You
That's
ready?
what he says.
All right. Let me see this. So his record's 11.
His is
record's
11.
11.
Yes.
All right.
So we have 60 seconds. I think Matt has.
So
Does your
I've
timer
got
work?
5.45 seconds per answer. I can do that.
That's
you
the
could
math
totally
on
do
that.
that. You could totally do that.
So it's on you. You gotta read good questions.
I have to read good questions. You can
In
hear
a
me
timely-
good, right? You can hear me good?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can hear you super
Matt,
good.
do you have a
I do. Timer
Timer
starts
for us.
when she's finished with the first question.
Okay, are you ready, Jeremy? Are you marked? Get
Ready.
set, go. Favorite ice cream flavor?
Brownie Sunday.
Which actor would play you in a movie?
Will Smith.
Disney World or Hawaii?
Hawaii.
Where else would you live in the world?
LA.
Favorite color?
Blue.
Sports team.
Colts.
A food you can't stand?
Peas.
Favorite sauce on wings?
Habanero barbecue.
What's your favorite season?
Fall.
Is a hot dog a sandwich?
No.
SUV or sports car?
Sports car.
Favorite instrument?
Guitar.
Favorite restaurant?
That's a hard one.
Hurry.
I'm gonna say BurgerFi.
Okay, a noise you can't stand.
Chalkboard. Nails.
Favorite cereal?
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Hoodie or t-shirt?
Hoodie.
Greatest basketball player of all time?
LeBron James.
Liar. Which leader do you think is a good cook? You did good. You got 17. Oh, Trey.
Thank you. Thank you.
Except you did answer that last question wrong.
I'm gonna have to start. I'm gonna have to add an incorrect.
The Jeopardy noise.
X him like Simon
Okay, so
Cowell. X
how many of those did you bluff? Because I know I totally did.
in your head?
No, when we did the run through, I just said whatever was first in my head, even if it wasn't my true answer.
Ice cream flavor. I was trying to get it out. My favorite ice
That
cream
took you long.
flavor is Oreo cheesecake.
Ice cream flavor?
Yes, it's a thing, and it is the best. Brewster's has it, and then Ben and Jerry's has an edition as well. But it is.
Yeah, that one did take you a minute to spit out.
I know. I
wondering.
couldn't think of. It's a lot.
There's always,
Oreo,
everyone's
cookies and
got a
cream.
kryptonite.
Yeah.
Everyone's got that random thing that they care too much about, that you have to like.
Or
put thought into.
restaurant.
Yeah.
Because I'm a food snob.
That
so
was
I
mine.
was like,
I
I
said-
can't just say anything.
I
said
said Chili's, which is probably like my least
Disgusting.
favorite restaurant. Second
The
least
first
favorite.
thing came to mind. I was like, not Chipotle, not Chipotle, not Chipotle.
So which one
it's
did you
garbage
say?
dump, Applebee's, Chili's for me, and I still said Chili's.
I think I said BurgerFi, which is also not true.
Burger King? I'm just
No,
kidding. Jeremy's like, I love Burger King.
No,
Which
they
restaurant?
gave me too much attitude.
Which restaurant do you want to go back to when this quarantine is all lifted? Where do you
So, I don't know. Because we just moved to Brookhaven, so we're trying to figure out what's like going to be the spot, you know.
go? Yeah.
And we're in walking distance of a lot of really cool restaurants. So, I guess I really don't have a favorite restaurant.
And
Sorry,
I
Trey, I
I
cheated.
found that like the local. I don't know if you have Yelp, but it's very little help.
Yep.
It gives.
It's
it gives
people
you, like,
who have things to complain about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you want to know like for sure where not to go,
Yeah.
go to
Chili's.
Yelp.
Don't go to Chili's.
Don't go to
Chili's isn't that
Don't-
bad.
It's not that
Chil-
bad, but like it's no one's
Yeah.
favorite. Come on.
It's our kid's favorite.
It's like saying vanilla ice cream's your favorite flavor.
That's disgusting.
You're not
They do have
mad.
the cookie skillet though. The cookie skillet is
Yeah.
A1.
And if you're super broken, a lot of people want to go to Chili's. You can just have that unlimited chips and salsa
and salsa and water.
and ranch.
Yeah, ranch.
Ranch.
Ranch on
Chili's
Yeah.
was the first place I ever tried guacamole, and I fell in love with it.
Wow.
That's a random
Fun
fact.
fact.
That is a fun fact.
I don't have a. I don't have a. Oh yeah, I do. Here, wait.
Hold
no,
on.
I don't. It's
No,
too-
he doesn't.
Moment's over.
No, he doesn't.
Oh,
Well, we're going to head into small groups in a little bit, but do you want to take on our next segment?
Yeah, for sure.
Before we head out?
Yeah, we're gonna throw it to Jeremy to lead us in a little bit of worship here in a second. But before we do that, from time to time, it's kind of just important to kind of take inventory or make observations of what's going on in the world. You got a lot going on. Obviously, there's a pandemic going on.
could you imagine?
They're like, wait, what? We've been allowed to stay home this whole time? You feel robbed for your rebellion? My bad.
Senior skip day took a new hit.
They all snuck
Senior
into
leap
school.
day. Yeah.
Seniors,
Took a long
yeah,
time.
they all ran away. They all snuck out of the house or snuck into the school. That'd be perfect. No, obviously, there's been a lot going on with Ahmaud Arbery and racial tensions kind of flaring up again in our nation, and obviously that's something that's near and dear to our hearts personally as a church. It's near to the heartbeat of the church, and I just want to talk about it for like 2 minutes and just kind of let you guys know kind of where we're at with it. Like this one is like really hit home for us. The more stories we hear and the more examples we hear of just heartbreak and the things that people have to deal with on a number of different levels. And then when you see something like that, it's like, for me, it floods back more and more. It's like something happens, you work through it, you move on. You don't really get over it, but you move on from it. But when something else happens, it's like all of that comes flooding back. And I know this one, we were probably more outspoken personally on this one. And man, if I can just be honest, as a white male in America, hearing from other white males and how embarrassing a lot of their commentary was really infuriating, honestly. Like that was some of the hardest stuff for me to deal with, of just hearing the ignorance side. And so I think it's important when something like this happens that we talk about that stuff.
Yeah.
And so I'm not going to go into a sermon and kind of give all of my thoughts on it, but just to say this is that the more this keeps happening, the more I'm convinced that, especially as a white male, the more I need to speak up and be a voice when stuff like this happens, to be a voice of reconciliation, to be a voice of hope, to be a voice of change, and to speak up, because I think, you know, silence a lot of times can be just as damaging as something said. I love the way Pastor Johnson says it, that we'd rather say something in love and say it wrong than say nothing at all. Like we'd rather have the right heart and maybe the wrong words than to have no words, which is wrong heart. That it still hurts.
Yeah.
And so what I love about our church is we speak up in times like this. Less than 24 hours, we gathered some of our pastors together and we talked about it in an open forum. And so really just want to encourage you guys to go watch that video. It's on Victory ATL's YouTube page. It's got several of our pastors just kind of talking about raw emotion and how it affected them personally, and what we can do about it, and what we can't do about it, and what we shouldn't do about it. It was a really good conversation, and I think it's really good. And like I said, I think it's important every time. I think especially maybe further in the suburbs where people play nicer, but it doesn't mean they are nicer. I think it's important to, in times like this, to say, still a big issue. Yeah. And we have a great opportunity to make a positive change. That's one of the things we drive home so much, especially as the Capitol, is that the student body of the Capitol can make such a profound impact in our schools, in our neighborhoods, in our workplaces, just by showing the reconciliation that we love and enjoy and value so much. And so it's times like this where it kind of makes sense when we're so insistent that you share not only your faith, but that part of your faith, that part of your life, that your friendship circles are diverse and that we celebrate that and that we're reconciled. We don't just tolerate each other, we love each other, we celebrate each other, that we are one race, and that's the human race, and we're in one kingdom, and that's in God's kingdom, and we live by a better and different set of rules, and we have to share that with the world around us. That's the only way we're going to make progress. It's the only way we're going to affect change. And so please go watch that video. Please share your reconciliation and your diversity with the world around you. So.
I thought what was awesome about that is I'm pretty positive overnight that video got 17,000 views,
so
which
cool.
is a ton. So,
and if you grew up in Victory, I do want to say, like, this is not normal. This is not normal to be a part of such a great church that gets to enjoy this. I love even getting to know Jeremy, just like hearing your story and hearing your parents' story and hearing like, especially people that are like first generation Americans, or their parents came from a different country, or their grandparents came from a different country, and the beauty of that. It doesn't happen in every church, and it doesn't happen in every part of the country. Yeah. And so we get something special here.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
we kind of asked Jeremy to share this song, because I love it because he wrote it himself. So
yeah,
I obviously
let me grab
love it, but thanks, Jeremy.
So the beautiful thing about everything that's been said so far is just that it takes intentionality to change the world around us, and we can't change everything, but we can be a part of the change, and that just means, you know, loving people in our small circles, being intentionally diverse and celebrating our differences, because that's how we change people. You might not be able to change what's happening in New York or in California, but you can change what happens in your home. You can change what happens in your friendship circles. You know, you can say, hey, like, certain words aren't okay, or certain thoughts and certain actions aren't okay, and you can change, I guess, lineage. Like, you have the power to set the standard for what your kids are going to go through and how they're going to think about other people who don't look like them. And I love that. Maybe we don't have all the power in the world, but God's given us some, and if we can steward that well, then we can see a change in our world. I think that's so beautiful. So, I wrote this song a little while ago, and it's still my prayer, and I love that I don't love the circumstance, but I love the opportunity just to share, like, what the Lord's kind of been putting on my heart, and seeing how it pertains to a quarantine, and it pertains to loving people across the line, but ultimately just being people who love people and value people the way God values us. I think that's so important. So I'm excited to share this song. I was an orphan till you adopted me. You gave me shelter, you gave me food to eat, and you said never to go back to the way it used to be. 'Cause your love, it changes everything. So show me how to love like you. The love that comes and makes me new. It's never too busy, it always sees me. So show me how to love like you. I was a prisoner, locked up in chains of me, stuck in addiction, and somebody had the key. And I thought all my hope had vanished until this light appeared. 'Cause your love, it changes everything. So show me how to love like you. A love that comes and makes me new. It's never too busy, and it always sees me. Show me how to love like you. What can wash away my sin? Nothing but your blood, nothing but your love. What can make me whole again? Nothing but your blood, nothing but your love. What can wash away my sin? Nothing but your blood, nothing but your love. And what can make me whole again? Nothing but your blood, nothing but your love. So show me how to love like you. A love that comes and makes me new. It's never too busy, and it always sees me. And show me how to love like you. Show me how to love like you. A love that comes and makes me new. You're never too busy, you always see me. So show me how to love like you.
Amen.
That's awesome.
Thank you, Jeremy, for singing and writing that song. My question too is what kind of led you to writing that song and those lyrics?
I had a super not proud moment. I was leaving, I think it was Sugarloaf Mills, and I was going home because it was like a Sunday night, and you know, a Sunday it's like long. I'm up from probably like 5 o'clock in the morning, and then you get home after like 3 or 4 o'clock, and went to the mall just to look for some stuff. And I was leaving, and there was this family outside, and they were outside just like, hey, like, do you have any money? And we have these built-in responses that we tell people when we're like in a hurry, and we're like, oh no, like I don't have any cash. And that was the truth. I didn't lie. But when I got home, the next like 3 days, I was thinking like, what more could I have offered them besides cash? Like a conversation, like not being too busy or too much in a hurry to overlook someone who was in need. And if I couldn't provide financially, like Jesus didn't give people money. Like he gave them freedom. He gave them hope. He gave them salvation. And just what more could I have offered them if I had taken the time to think about it? And so I was like, God, like open my eyes and open my heart. I want to love like you do, like where I don't overlook people, where I'm not too busy or too in a hurry, to take time out of my day to be intentional about loving people. And so that's kind of where the song came from, and it's just been kind of growing in this season of isolation, of quarantine, and of racial divide. Just
Yeah.
tapping into God's heart for loving people and how we can be more like Him in that aspect.
That's so cool, Jeremy. We have like the best worship pastor ever. We really do. Matt and I are always like, we love Jeremy. He's the best. He's the best. But what's so awesome, I think what we love most about you is that you're the same person off stage as that you are on stage. And that's what we just love so much about. And so, yeah, we love you. We love you, Pastor Jeremy. So
Love you guys.
yeah. Well, Jeremy, do you want to pray us out? You can pray for us, and then we just have a
absolutely.
few announcements, and then we'll send everybody off to their groups. Does that sound good?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, awesome.
All right, let me see if I still remember how to do this. God, we love you. We're so thankful to be loved by you. We're so thankful to be inspired by your love, God. God, your word says that nothing can separate us from your love. No death, life, angels, demons, nothing in this world. God, in the same way, we want to be inspired and we want to echo your love. God, we want to be bringers of hope, of truth to everyone around us. So God, in this time of uncertainty, in the time of opinions and different beliefs, God, help us to come back to love, because that's the love that set us free. Your love is so pure. And help us to lean into that. Help us to tap into that, God, and share that with people around us, regardless of what we look like, regardless of our opinions. God, help us to love people like you do. And let that be the only thing that marks us, God. Your word says that people will know that we are your disciples, that we are your sons and your daughters by how we love each other. And so God, help us to be exactly that. Help us to love people. And let that be evidence that you exist. And we love you. And we're thankful for who you are, for what you've done for us. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Thank you, Jeremy, for hopping on here with us tonight. We appreciate you.
Absolutely.
Tell Heather we said hello.
I will. Love you guys.
All right.
Love ya.
See you, man.
So just a few things before we head off into our groups tonight. Make sure that you guys are inviting your friends. Take a few minutes to text them, ask them if they'd like to come join you. Also, I just wanted to let you guys know that we do have a thing on Sunday mornings, and a lot of you guys have been asking about it, but it's something called Forward, and they finally put it online for us. So you've heard us talk about Forward before. Basically, that consists of 4 classes, and they kind of remade all the videos so that way you can go at your own speed. But if you're kind of looking for that next step in your relationship with God, or if there's something maybe in your life that you just feel like you can't get over and you just keep repeating the same pattern over and over again, or maybe there's something that you really want freedom in your life about, you can go to victoryatl.com/forward, and you can register there for those classes. And like I said, they are on Sunday mornings. So we love for you guys to go through that. For me personally, Matt and I say this all the time, that if we had these classes as teenagers, we believe that we would have saved ourselves a lot of heartache and regret. And so we would love for you guys to go through that. Ask your small group leaders also, because they would love to go through it with you. You're welcome, small group leaders. So reach out to them too. So, or grab a friend and go through it with them. So
Yeah, that's what I love. I was gonna say that's what I love about the new format of them, is that they refilmed them in a YouTube. They had YouTube in mind when they refilmed them, so that way you can watch it in the privacy of your room with no one around, no distractions.
Yeah.
In those times, I don't know if you're like me, where you're just in your feelings, like late at night, stuff's just running through your head. That's the perfect time to kind of go to the right place. I promise you, it's gonna be better than whatever Netflix show is on your list to watch next. Like, that is much more important, and it will be much more beneficial for your life to get a hold of that. So couldn't recommend that more enough.
Yep. And then, as always, we have our weekend services Saturday, and then we have 4 on Sunday. So you can check that out on Facebook, which I don't really think any of you guys have Facebook, or you can check us out on YouTube at Victory Hamilton Mill. Make sure that you're connecting with us there, and we will see you guys next Wednesday. Any other announcements you have?
No, they're always with the YouTube stuff. Like we watch them live for the sake of the chat, and so we can have a sense of connection. But with what we love about us doing YouTube as well as the weekend services, you can always go back and watch. So if you miss it, you can watch it on your own time. So make sure you're staying up to date with it. Man, connect with us. Hit subscribe. We did a test run of our live feed today, and a few of you hopped on. So that tells me that you're subscribed. You got the notifications. It helps us. Hopefully it helps you, but we're trying to do more and more with our YouTube channel. And so the more support we get, it helps us expand our impact. And so we know that you've got friends that might not have come to the Capitol with you. You might have asked them 1,000 times, but they might sneak on here and watch an old sermon. They might watch one of our original worship songs or things like that. And so the more influence you can help us with our YouTube channel, the greater impact it's going to have for you and your friends. And so help us out by subscribing, so getting the notifications on social media, all that stuff. It really helps us out. So.
Yeah. I think that's all we have.
Can I share one more? One more nugget?
We're overtime.
We're
Sorry,
overtime. I'm
small
all
group
fired
leaders.
up about this. So we say this
Do
a
it.
lot, but we don't care about the fame of it. We want to connect with you, and we want social media and especially our YouTube channel to be a tool for you guys to grow in your faith and to be able to share your faith with others. And so, yeah, help us out.
Help us out.
Help us
So
out.
how can they, just by sharing?
Capital VHM everywhere. Just again, subscribing. I know it's dumb, but it helps. It's technology stuff. It's
Yes.
algorithms and YouTube laws and all that kind of stuff, but it helps us. So
Subscribe
that's it.
to our notifications,
Other
especially
than
on
that-
Instagram. And we'll be going live tomorrow with the Student Devo. If you're interested in doing a Student Devo, contact us or your small group leader. That's it. All right.
For real.
Well,
So
we
head
love you
head
guys.
over to your Zoom rooms. If you're joining us and you don't know what that is, send us a direct message on Instagram or something like that. We'll reach out to you. We'll get you connected. We can help you out in that way. Other than that, hope you guys have a great small group
We
night.
love you,
Love you guys.
Capital. Finish strong in school.